Hi, this is Michael Van Horn. Welcome to my kitchen, and today I'm going to prepare something for you special. One of my favorite things, everybody knows I love Italian food. Today I'm going to make one of my favorite things. It's a stuffed ricotta eggplant, but I'm going to use Sicilian eggplants. It's not as bitter, less seeds in it, very, very good. But before I get started, somebody's breathing on my heels. He wants to be introduced. Everybody knows my famous sous chef. Say hello to Bailey, my sous chef. Bailey, come. Say hello to everybody. Bailey, say hello. Say hello to Bailey, everybody. There you go. Not going to say hi? Nothing? Just going to eat? Okay. All right. So I'm going to make this eggplant. This is a cheese lover's eggplant. So if you're someone who loves cheese, get ready, because this is going to blow your mind. Now, some of the ingredients and some of the things that I use in mine is I use a fresh ricotta cheese. Okay, now you can buy it in a can, in a jar, and it comes in those plastic containers. Whatever you like. I also use fresh Pecorino Romano cheese. I use some of that and grate it up, and I use a fresh Mozzarella cheese. We have some breadcrumbs to season the eggplant. I got fresh basil. I love basil. I love basil just about in anything Italian. You can use a jar. I use a jar. I don't go out and make my own marinara sauce. Just buy whatever you like. Whatever your favorite is, get it and use it. And obviously I use some Italian seasoning and some salt and pepper to taste. So I'm going to get cutting here. I'll explain things as I go, but I'm really excited for you to share in this. I'm anxious to hear some of the way you make it compared to the way I make it. Everybody has a different way. Some people roll it. I stuff mine. Mine's a little bit different the way I make it because I don't use the long eggplants. I use the Sicilian eggplant. So it's really difficult to roll them because they're not very big. So I'm going to get started and I'll show you what I do. First thing that I do is I cut up my eggplants and then I season them with a little bit of salt, and then I put them on a paper towel and let them dry a little bit. Drain some of the water out of it. But I cut this about a 1/4 inch thick. Kind of get a look at that. Got a little bit of skin on there. You want to make sure that you remove all of the skin. I just love eggplant. Love it, love it, love it. Alright, so we'll cut the eggplants up in about a 1/4 inch. Season them a little bit of salt and pepper. And you can see here, there's not nearly as much seeds in this as there is in a typical eggplant. I just absolutely love it. I mean, there's different ways of making it. Some people like to make it with pine nuts and other ways of making it, but this is it's the way that I make it. So we'll take that, we'll put a little salt and pepper on it, season it, put it between some paper towel, let it dry out for about 5-10 minutes, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip it in some beaten egg. I'm going to get some egg, about 2 eggs, beat them up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip it in some Italian breadcrumbs, and then I'm going to deep fry them in a little bit of olive oil. What I do first is, after I have the eggplant seasoned a little bit, heat up some olive oil. I want to make sure it's good and hot. Coat it in a little bit of, dip it in some egg, and then put it in some Italian breadcrumbs. And then all you're going to do is you're going to put it in the olive oil, let it cook for a few minutes until it's brown on both sides. Doesn't take very long. You need to watch it. You can get a couple going here at one time. This is not probably the healthiest way, but this is very, very good. Very tasty. So you're going to let this cook up for a few minutes, and then turn them and then drain them on some paper towel, and you are good to go. We are ready to go. We can take some of these out. You can see they're nice and golden brown. Drain them in some paper towel, and then we're ready to start stuffing. Just got to make our mix. Some fresh Italian parsley, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it. I've been trimming it here. Take it off. It takes a little bit of time to do this, but if you're going to make this, you got to use fresh ingredients. And fresh herbs are the best. You can actually save money doing this by putting a little herb garden out the back. So I'm going to trim this up, and then I'm going to dice it, or chop it I should say, and add it to my mixture. Okay. So I got a good handful, as you can see, good handful of Italian parsley. I'm going to come in here, I'm going to chop this up, and this is what's going to go in.